Every company is looking for this, is reduction of emissions. By having a very efficient heater, you reduce the amount of CO2 that you produce per metric ton of fuel that you produce in your platformer. My name is Mike Millard. I'm a consulting with IGS for about now almost 3 years. I was brought in because UOP, the company I worked for a long time, had a cooperation with Cetek, which is the ceramic coating product that IGS has, for reforming applications. And reforming is how you make high-octane gasoline in a refinery. And one of the concerns is, as these reformers operate, they develop scales on the tubes, and it reduces the efficiency of heating in the heaters. So you either have to burn more fuel, or you have to cut down on the feedstock to it, and you make less product. In cooperation with the Cetek product line of IGS and their team, we have coordinated efforts with UOP to work with all of the customers, the 400 units that are worldwide, so that Cetek has the opportunity to put a ceramic coating on these tubes in a reforming heater. And what that does, that means several requirements of customers these days. One is it makes the heater more reliable. There's no buildup of scale, and the temperature measurement is much better. The second thing is they're able to run the unit at a higher capacity for longer, because the capacity of the heater is maintained over several years from the Cetek coating. The third one is they save fuel. And if they have higher heater efficiency from the Cetek coating versus this buildup of scale, they can actually burn less fuel and be more fuel efficient, which saves costs. And the last one, which is really important in the market today, every company is looking for this, is reduction of emissions. By having a very efficient heater, you reduce the amount of CO2 that you produce per metric ton of fuel that you produce in your platformer, the amount of gasoline you produce. So when you meet all of those four criteria, it becomes very important for the customers to use the Cetek coating on their reformers for the best operation. Recently, we were working with a company in China, and they make a petrochemical called paraxylene, which goes into PET, which makes all these wonderful bottles we use for water. And they wanted to have extra capacity in their unit. And these are very severe operations. So the Cetek team went to China, they took IRs on the tubes, they established that they had a buildup of scale on the tubes. And if Cetek goes in and cleans the tubes and put the ceramic coating on, they could increase the production between 3 and 5%, which means 250 to 400 metric tons per day additional production from that unit. And if you look at it that way, by producing that extra paraxylene that goes into the plastics, then they could basically pay for the service of Cetek in less than a 2-year period. The customer also had the possibility that in times when there's lower demand, their heater will run more efficiently and they'll save on the fuel costs, which is really important when a customer is trying to balance their economics, because every business is cyclical, all the petrochemicals, all the refining. So the benefit is when you need the capacity, it's there, but if you don't need the capacity, it'll save on your fuel expenses to produce your product. Customer was very interested in the product and they'll do it in the next turnaround.